What's up, everyone? Well, we're back here for part 6. This is 6 in sign language. Of our transforming mass market ficus into a masterpiece. Now, where we left off last time was that I had cut this back and done a pretty heavy repotting of it. And since then, I actually haven't really touched it. I just left it in my greenhouse under the misters, and it has actually grown roots straight out the bottom of the container and down through the mesh table, trying to reach the ground, I guess. But meanwhile, the whole process of creating aerial roots hasn't gone quite to plan. I'm going to start by just doing some leaf thinning on this so that I can kind of see a little bit more what's going on in the interior and see if I'm missing any aerial roots that might have issued since the last time we took a look. I've cleared out a few leaves and shoots that I didn't want, and I'm noticing that there actually are some roots kind of coming down here. They're kind of subtle right now, so there's one right here, a newer one right here, one right there, and then some other stuff going on around here, as well as if I get kind of back up in here, there's actually some aerial roots coming from further up on the trunk in the middle, which is sort of exactly what I want. So I'm actually going to stop messing around with this for the time being and just kind of put it back in the greenhouse under the misters, give it some fertilizer, and allow those to continue running, which is not the most exciting thing for a video. So since we're not going to be doing too much of this, I am going to share the progress of one of the batch of cuttings that I took last time. So as you can see, it has rooted and is growing nicely. So as a propagator, I really enjoy seeing trees starting from scratch. And with this sort of starting from scratch process, we have a little bit more of an opportunity to shape the ficus trunk in a way that might be more interesting. But one of the most important things to do at this stage is just to contemplate how large of a composition you're going to be making. As we've seen in the other videos in this series, because ficus is so adaptable, we could probably just do anything we want to this, but I want to make sure that I get some movement into the trunk down close to the base. So I'm going to go ahead and dump out a little bit of the soil here. All right, so I've gotten down to where the major roots are exiting from the trunk at this point, and obviously, as we've just looked, you can get roots issuing from up further if you want, but for the time being, all I'm going to do is add a large wire to this to start creating something that isn't perfectly straight. I'm not really trying to make a particular style here. I'm really just trying to give myself more of an interesting piece of material to work with. And so I think that having some bends in this low section will distinguish it from a lot of the mass market ficus that we see similar to the one that we've been working on. One of the problems with the curves in those ficus is that they are a little bit, well, they're very regular, but they're also just sort of two-dimensional. And I just broke that. So as we bend, I like to create a more three-dimensional shape. Now, regardless of the size, I could cut this back down into here to make it a smaller tree, you know, and go through the entire process that we've been going through with the older tree that this is a cutting from, or it can be a bigger tree. So I've just given myself more options, and just like last time when I broke a branch, I'm going to go ahead and put some cut paste on that, and I believe it should probably do just fine, even though it's split. That wraps up this quick video, part 6 of our mass market ficus to masterpiece. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can also get it with no ads for free on bonsaify.com as an e-course. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.